to do a problem in the Chapter 7 homework, and there's a T after it, which usually means that it's easier to do with technology. And in nearly all the problems, the best way to do that is to open up the free software that comes with your online textbook and then type these numbers into that software. So to do that, I'll click on Question Help, and then I'll click on StatCrunch. And it didn't work the first time, so then I clicked that little extra button, and then it worked that time. Now notice that sometimes you might need to change your browser settings, and I'll show you how to do that real quick. So under privacy in your browser settings, there's this thing that says prevent cross-site tracking. Sometimes that's turned on. If that's turned on, then that means that you cannot use the free software because the free software comes from another site. So you have to make sure that that box is not checked in order to use this software. And so to do this particular problem, I'm doing statistics, so I'll click on statistics, and let's see. I'm making a confidence interval estimate of the mean, so to do that I'll have to do a T statistics, and it is for one sample with summary. The reason I know that is because it tells me some numbers about the data, but it doesn't give me the data itself. It only gives me a summary of the data. So I'm going to choose that, and then it says the sample size, it says, is 210. So I'll type that in. Sample mean, it says, is X bar equals 32.8. And then sample standard deviation, it says, is 7.8. And then it says construct a confidence interval. So I'll change this from hypothesis test to confidence interval. And then it says use a 95% confidence level, which is represented by 0.95. And then I will go ahead and click compute. And the confidence interval goes from this number up to that number. So what I'll do is type both of those numbers in. So type that number in, and then type that number in. And of course I'll have to round them off, so it gives you lots and lots of decimal places of accuracy, but I'm going to round this off to 0.7 because the next digit is only a 3. I'll round that one up to 0.9 because the next digit after the 8 is a 6, so I have to round the 8 up to a 9. And then now I can click check answer, which is down there, and excellent, it says it's correct. And then there's one more part on this problem. It says, are these results very different from this confidence interval? So the question is, do those intervals overlap? So our interval goes from 31.7 at the lowest, and that overlaps with 35.1, which is the highest end of the other one. And the lowest end of this one is 31.1, which is below the highest end of that one. So both of those intervals overlap. So are they very different? And I would say no, because let's see. They are similar, I would say. Fantastic.